Hey, welcome to the Living Large Theater Podcast, the fastest growing podcast in America. All you need to enter is a sense of humor and a thirst for entertainment. We are at White Sands Marina in Port Isabel, Texas right now, and we are interviewing Jeanette Greider. She is the president and CEO of the South Padre Island Chamber of Commerce. Jeanette, thank you so much for crossing the causeway and coming here to Port Isabel to join us today. Jeanette Greider.
Absolutely. It was a lovely drive coming over the bridge. The bay is always beautiful. It never gets old.
It was a great drive coming in from McAllen to here today, too. Yeah. Little bit of traffic. DPS is out there, so... Shh, be careful. Yeah, they're out there. So do you do this often, or like cross over and come to Port Isabel, or are you... Mostly
every day, twice a day at least, because I live over in Laguna Vista.
Would any of your restaurant members on the island get mad that you're here, or are y'all okay with...
No. Business either on this side or the other side is always appreciated, because eventually somebody's going to go across the bridge.
Well, they kind of have to.
The beach.
I don't know anybody who never comes this way.
Right. Port Isabel is a fabulous city, and the island is the island. I mean, you go to the island to go to the island and be on the beach and enjoy the views and the sunrises and the sunsets and everything in between.
What about SpaceX? Is that helping you guys, or is it congesting you guys, or are y'all okay with SpaceX?
It's a little bit of both, but congestion is always good when it's well controlled.
Yeah.
There's always accidents and things that you can't avoid, so that's out of our control. But we definitely appreciate the traffic that SpaceX brings when there is a launch in particular.
Do you get a heads up on that, or not really?
No, and I wish we would, because then we could then...
Noe, get a hold of Elon.
He's on the clock.
There he is. There he is.
Because then it would give us a chance to prepare our members for the influx of people coming in. And when, as everybody knows, sometimes the launches don't go when they say they're going to go, and that requires them to stay extra nights, which
Talk about the influx. Talk about the influx. What happens? I've never been here for a launch.
No
I've
way.
never been here for a launch.
No way.
No, yes, way.
Don't say that.
I would love to, but I just never have. Tell us about the influx. What happens?
It really depends on when the launch is going to occur. So if it's going to be, most of them have been early in the day or early in the morning, not super early, but, like I can't even remember the last time, but around 10 o'clock.
Okay.
And so that requires a lot of effort from the city and the county to make sure that Isla Blanca is evacuated.
Yeah.
Or closed. I'm sorry, closed early if it's going to be.
So
if it's going to be an early
they can
launch.
literally tell you got to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because then they let people in, so they clear it out, and then they let people in early in the morning, so that it's more quality. It's more traffic control.
I got you.
Right, and then as far as coming and going over the bridge. There's just no telling how that's going to go.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, even if the traffic is flowing smoothly both ways, with the lights being monitored, you've got thousands, I don't even know the numbers, of people trying to get over and get into the park or get to the beach or get to somewhere, Margaritaville, Holiday Inn Beach Resort, where they have good
And does
views.
the island like that? I mean, is it okay as long as it's controlled and structured, right?
Especially when it doesn't, and that's not even true. Even when it does go, I think people stay and hang around and go have dinner and drinks and wait for the traffic going back across the bridge to kind of die down. And if it doesn't go, that's when we like it even more, because then they have to extend their stay. There's I mean, we just saw diehard, SpaceX fans.
Yeah.
They'll come from anywhere to see it, because it is historic. It really is.
Let's talk about the South Padre Island Chamber of Commerce. As CEO, what is your role? What do you do? I mean, what's a day in the life of Jeanette Greider? as president of the South Padre Island Chamber of Commerce?
Well, the chamber overall, the South Padre Island Chamber of Commerce is a standalone, membership-driven organization, a nonprofit organization working 100% for its members. We are not under the city umbrella. We're not under the CVB umbrella or the EDC umbrella. However, we do have great working relationships with those because we have to. We all have the same goal, and that's to bring people to the island. People come to the island, they'll stay or they'll shop at our retail stores or they'll eat at our restaurants or they'll participate in some of the activities that we have going on, fishing or riding the roller coaster or the Ferris wheel or things like that. So we all have the same goal, but we all have our individual responsibilities. Our responsibility at the chamber is to provide our members with the tools and support that they need to thrive in this dynamic business environment.
That's it in a nutshell.
And it's not, even Port Isabel is different. I know we're sitting in Port Isabel now, but this is a true city. Yes, it's a lot of tourism, of course, but they have a school district. They have other entities that we don't have on the island.
Yeah. So do kids live on the island and they go to school in Port Isabel?
Correct. Very few. There's the permanent residence on the island is somewhere around the range of 2,500 to 3,000. Everything else is visitors.
Yeah.
So we rely heavily on the tourists that are coming to the island.
Yeah.
So anything that we can do as a chamber to let our members know that this event is going on, so you need to ramp up or ramp down based on your staffing, and we have to. And
are they pretty much open to that? I mean, flexible.
They need to know.
Ready.
They need to know. So we work closely with the Visit South Padre Island group to try to get occupancy levels for things such as spring break or the summer or Semana Santa.
So how was spring break? Was it everything y'all expected in the years past?
From my eyeballs, now, again, I can't speak on the city's level or the CVB's level. There is a hotel occupancy report that will come out soon from the CVB that will give us a lot of great detailed information. But just from my eyeballs and what I saw, it seemed to be better than last year.
Yeah.
My daughter happens to work for a brand that was having several events on the island and at several locations, and she said it was just off the charts. They even had to start doing their events. They call them activations. They had to start doing those things 2 days earlier than what they had anticipated because of how many people were here. That's a good problem. Yeah, it is.
Let's talk about the island. A lot of people don't know. I don't even know. That's why I'm asking this question. So, what part of the island is controlled by South Padre Island, and what part of the island is controlled by Cameron County?
Okay, so
and where does any control at all end?
That's a very good question. So,
I've heard that throughout my career.
Yeah,
I'm kidding.
Because that's what you do for a living. It makes sense. So, the island is 2.5 miles long. And on the south side of the island, which is, I don't know how to say it, if you're coming off the bridge, if you're navigationally challenged, when you come off the bridge and you go to the right, that is going to be the farthest point south to the right is Isla Blanca Park, and that is Cameron County. That is owned and operated by the county, Cameron County.
That's good to know. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't either.
And so as you travel up north, when you get to the convention center, now north would be turning left off of the causeway.
Yes.
And traveling 2 miles or so up towards the convention center. That is also Cameron County property.
Okay.
This is where it gets confusing is when people say beach access number so-and-so. So there are city beach accesses, which most have facilities like shower stations or sometimes restrooms or just a hose or trash cans or things like that. And then there are county beach accesses, which actually they charge you to use those facilities. So if you want to drive into Isla Blanca Park and go down and go to the amphitheater.
That's county.
That's county.
Okay.
If you want to go down that way and go to the amphitheater, go to an event or a concert that they have down there or enjoy their beautiful new boardwalk facilities, pavilions, and things like that, it does have a fee. And then the same thing if you want to go what we call, or I call, the drive-on beach, which is accesses 5 and 6, where you can actually physically drive your car on the beach. There is a toll for you to go onto the beach there, but they do a
trash bag.
Yeah, if you pick up trash and you show up with a trash bag, they'll give you, I think, $2 back. I don't know if it's changed, but yeah, it's just a good way to.
Now, at what point does the state take over or Cameron County end? I mean, and I'm thinking about FM 100. FM 100 eventually turns into a sand dune.
Correct.
It's a great road.
So all of the roads, the Highway 100 is TxDOT. It's not city, it's not county. So that's where the state would come in as far as anything to have to do with the bridge itself.
Yeah.
Is TxDOT.
But when you go to the end of 100 and then you get out of your car and you cross over the sand dunes, is that state owned or county owned?
Oh, county owned.
That's county owned. Okay.
It's Cameron County. Cameron County, and then it slips into Willacy once you get closer to Port Mansfield.
I see. I see.
There.
Well, good. Thank you for clarifying that for us. Yes. So let me talk about your businesses, your members. What do they get out of joining the South Padre Island Chamber of Commerce?
More than you would think. So I'm going to flip this and ask you what you would expect from a Chamber of Commerce.
Networking. For me, if I'm a chamber member, and I've been an advocate for chambers for many, many years.
Thank you.
It's got to be the networking. And I've seen where people think they join the chamber and something magical is going to happen to their business. It doesn't work that way. You have to work the chamber to your favor. You have to use the chamber to help you grow. But there's so many people who have the misconception, I should say, that, well, I joined the chamber, I'm going to be,
I'm golden,
batting 1,000. Yeah. It doesn't work that way.
It's exactly right. So we like to use the analogy of joining a gym.
Huh?
You join a gym, usually this time of year. Well,
you have to do the work.
3 months ago, right? You join the gym, and the gym has all
everything.
Of the equipment, all of the trainers, everything that you need.
What a great analogy. That's amazing.
The chamber is the same way. We have everything that you need, and if we are missing something and you need it, and we can make it work, it's feasible for all of our members, then we're going to implement that, whatever it may look like.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of tools right now outside of networking. There's still a level of credibility that you get when you are a chamber member.
Yeah.
A lot of people they prefer to choose a business that is a chamber member over one that isn't.
Yeah.
So when they call into the office or come into the office and ask, where should I do this, that, or the other, we obviously focus on
our
members.
Yeah.
Because we trust them, they trust us, and it just goes hand in hand. And then the other part, aside from networking, is we do have several classes. We partner with different people to just provide training on certain things that help them understand what it takes to run a business.
Yeah.
Whether it's financials, opportunities, whether it's where do I go to get a grant for XYZ, or whether it's I lost my train of thought on that.
Well,
but it's
can you help a business start up, or is that on their own? And
normally what the EDC is responsible for bringing in the businesses, and once they are established and they get all their check marks.
I got you.
Sometimes a part of an EDC business plan is to be a part of the chamber.
Yeah, well, it's almost a must-do.
Right. And so
what are some grants that a business could qualify for? Something like repairing your facade, or
there are now the EDC does handle quite a bit of. There's 2 grants that I'm aware of, and that's a facade.
Yeah.
So if you need to update your awning or the front of your building, you can apply for a grant through the EDC. But one of the more popular grant programs that they have is called Sand Dollars, and we've had a lot of our members be granted money from the EDC to help them either buy new equipment, update their merchandise displays.
Yeah.
We saw one the other day where they were able to get money to go and get new merchandise.
Wow.
things, I don't know what they're called, but where they can put their merchandise in.
Sure.
So the city does a wonderful job of that. And then there are other grants that can come from, federal or state that the EDC can certainly help you with. So that's where we would point them. It's not in our wheelhouse to actually do the grants, but we can point them in the right direction.
On a percentage, how many of the businesses on South Padre Island are members of the South Padre Island Chamber of Commerce? 60, 70, 80?
Couldn't tell you the percentage. I can tell you that we have close to 400 members right now.
Okay.
A bulk of them are from the Laguna Madre area. We do have some that are major corporations that they are just simply a part of the member to increase their visibility online via search engine optimization, which that helps not just those big guys, but even the small guys. Some of our smaller members, we are their only resource for visibility and for marketing and for referrals and for that level of credibility. It's kind of like that, the credibility with the chamber, it's kind of like, this is a really bad analogy, but it came to my mind. It's like that little check mark that you see on social media pages.
Yeah.
The validation or the whatever that is.
It's like the Better Business Bureau accreditation thing.
So if you have that kind of check mark, it kind of gives you an extra little boost.
So anybody that has a business should contact you to become
Absolutely.
a member. Okay.
And it doesn't matter the size of your business, and you don't have to be an LLC or anything like that. No, if you're a member in the Laguna Madre area and you want the support from a very strong chamber, then you would contact us at the South Padre Island Chamber of
I
Commerce.
worked with a bonehead one time. He was probably a moron. And he told me chambers of commerce are dinosaurs.
Nope.
And he said, I am going to create a chamber of commerce for this municipality where I work. And your chamber membership was on a thumb drive. And I thought, what an idiot. Unfortunately, because I worked there, I had to sell chamber memberships with this thumb drive. But I knew it wasn't going to work because chambers need a Jeanette Greider or a George Myers or a Steve Elanius to meet you, greet you, and tell you what you need to do. So what do you think the future is of chambers? Is it solid?
I don't know about other chambers, but I know for our chamber, yes, it's absolutely solid. We have it's evolved. We have to evolve as things that business owners need evolve. We need to have our finger on the pulse of what's happening.
Well,
so
I got to compliment you. South Padre Island Chamber of Commerce is not on a USB.
No, it's not.
And that's what this guy suggested.
It may have started that way, but no.
I don't think it could ever work because if I'm paying, I don't know, what, $240, $250, $260, what's a chamber membership?
It depends on the number of businesses, and it depends the number of
Give me the low
employees. $285.
Okay, if I'm paying $285
for the whole year.
Okay.
If I'm paying $285, I don't want a US. I don't want to. Here's your chamber membership. These are all the other members on this USB. Good luck. I want a Jeanette Greider telling me when the special event is, what it is, where it is, and I want a special invitation to that event.
Yep. And we also have to mention Beverly Emart. She's our membership and events manager. So right now it's just her and myself that are taking care of 400 members.
Beverly Hills.
Beverly Emart.
How often do you have these events? How often do you have them per year?
So we, again, being that we are completely membership driven, we are funded by membership dues. We also have to have non-membership revenue coming in, and we have 2 signature events that we host throughout the year. One of our most popular is the Ladies Kingfish Tournament.
Ooh, that's a big one. That's a big one.
Which is in August. And then we have a gala, which is a very nice, elegant event that we have in the fall.
Where's that?
That it depends on the venue.
No, I mean, where's my invitation?
Yeah, I know. Are we invited?
No, I'm kidding.
It's on
You could
UPS.
be. And then we do several smaller things, not small, but we do produce a guide to South Padre Island every year that is used by us as a chamber, and then some of our other entities and other travel destinations across the state. We distribute them there. But that's it. We don't get any other funding from. We're not on the city's budget. We're not on.
Yeah.
Is this a yearly membership only, or you have monthly or 6 months?
It's all yearly. It's all yearly.
And this is by payments or just all at one time?
We will work with whoever and whatever their needs are.
Yeah.
We do have some that make their monthly payments for their membership, which is fine.
I'm sure you'd like to have it all up front.
It helps because we do have, we have operational costs and things
Here,
like
Jeanette,
that.
here's my $12 check for January's.
Yeah, just please don't come with pennies because they don't make them anymore.
I got plenty of pennies. You want some?
Let me ask you this, man. I can't mention any names because I don't want you to say, well, they're not a Chamber of Commerce member.
I did that last time and you got one.
Awesome. Name some of your Jeanette Greider's favorite chamber members. And I don't want you to forget anybody.
That is so unfair because they're all my favorites.
There you go. Good answer.
Good answer.
Living Large Theater podcast.
We need to get in there.
I don't see y'all on the list. So
No, I got 85. You got 200?
Yeah.
Lucky.
Billy has the rest.
You're lucky. Billy will send you
let's
the
talk
check.
about our sponsors right quick. We have White Sands Marina. We have Ward Thomas and Majestic Studios, Fanage Media, and Fred Rodriguez, the Texas Sportsman. So let's go back to this, the Ladies Kingfisher Tournament. Talk about that.
So it is the largest and oldest all-female fishing tournament in the state of Texas. This year in August, it'll be our 45th year.
Wow.
And it is a individual angler sport or tournament. We have two divisions, bay and offshore. Last year we had close to 300 anglers register. So it's not a big one like, some of the other ones you mentioned, some of the other ones, but it's a significant.
Well, it's dedicated to ladies, so that's big.
Yes, and so we have registration on a Friday night, so we have some entertainment, we have a dinner, we do raffles. It's a good time to come out and just get ready for the fishing, and then Saturday is all day fishing. Then we do a weigh-in with the two divisions, and that's always fun to see what they bring in from the bay and then when the big boats I call them big boats, come in from the offshore, that's even more exciting.
I'm curious, do you have any men trying to join that?
Billy.
No.
Billy wore that little skirt the other day. What's going on, Billy?
With the wig?
I'd like to see that.
Pink skirt with a butterfly fishing pole.
But everybody, men can participate in the way of being a captain or a deckhand
supportive,
or just a guest. Yes.
Or yeah. Hey, let me ask you: do y'all do any? Are y'all involved with any nonprofits like that Cancer Walk for women they have here on the island, or y'all get involved with that at all?
We support them in the way of just letting people know that it's
Good.
happening. I mean, they're a nonprofit, we're a nonprofit, so we do our best to support. Any events that are helping raise money. That's what we're here for.
What about the South Padre Island Chamber of Commerce would you like to say right now that I haven't mentioned or brought up?
I will say that the South Padre Island Chamber is a strong pillar. It's a pillar of strength for the community, not just the businesses, but especially the members. We're there for everything that anyone could ever need. We had a gentleman come in, not a member, just a visitor, didn't know where to go. We find that a lot where people don't know who to call, so they call the chamber. And we're going to take that call, and we're going to answer it, and we're going to do whatever we can. So this gentleman came in with his Android phone, and in the office, I'm the only one that has an Android. He wanted to know how to retrieve a text message that had been deleted because it was a text message with a link to tickets to some kind of something.
Oh, God. And you helped him?
Yes, of course.
Wow.
Yeah, so went out and he
customer service number one.
He gave me his phone and we fixed it all out. But it's not only that; it's our members that have questions, or they don't understand what might be happening in legislation and what our things are going to affect us. We recently had a luncheon to discuss what the benefits of a coastal community is going to have from the TWIA rules that have just changed in September. That's not only going to help property owners on the coastal counties, but also school districts.
So y'all get up to Austin much or not a lot?
We go to the RGV Capital Day.
Okay.
Which is usually in, it was freezing cold the last time I went, but yeah.
You have a lot of smoke shops in the island right now. Are there any members of the chamber? Because I know there's some rules that are going to change the 31st of, there is, right?
I am not completely aware of
the changes
of those changes. I have heard about them, and for those businesses, whether they're members or not, yes, I understand that it is going to be a hardship for them because it eliminates, what they can sell, and that reduces their product lineup. So that's.
Jeanette, talk us out. What are we going to do? How do we get people into your doors? First of all, where's your address?
We are located at 4113 Padre Boulevard.
What's that close to?
It is
Yummies?
Right next door to Senior Donkeys.
Okay.
Caddy corner across the street. We're on the west side.
Okay.
So caddy corner from Blackbeard's.
Okay.
And
I feel like I'm there.
Good. I'm glad. It's a beautiful new building. We are very fortunate. We were able to purchase the building about 3 years ago, so we don't have to pay rent to anybody anymore. It's our property. It's a great asset for us to have. It's a beautiful building. It allows us to display all of our members, all of their flyers and their posters and things like that. But we also have meeting rooms that we have our board meetings in. But we can also rent out those rooms for people that may
Fire me a phone number. Shoot me a phone number.
956-761-4412. If you want to contact me directly, my email address is Jeanette, which is JeAnette @spichamber.com. I'll even give you my cell phone number if that makes it easier, 956-533-1718.
Can I tell you something? South Padre Island Chamber of Commerce is lucky to have Jeanette Greider.
Well, I appreciate that very
Jeanette,
much.
thank you so much. Will you come back soon?
Absolutely.
Awesome. Once again, a big thanks to our sponsors, White Sands Marina, Ward Thomas, Majestic Studios, Mark Fantich, FantichMedia.com, and Fred Rodriguez, the Texas Sportsman. This is the Living Large Theater Podcast with Gary Rodriguez, Billy Santiago, and super producer Noe Ayala. Hosting today, Jeanette Greider. Contact South Padre Island Chamber of Commerce.